Hey, guess what? X-Men 97 just dropped, and it's kinda painful. As you can see right here, they introduced a trailer with like, "Oh, remember when you had square televisions? Nostalgia bait." It's one of those things that annoys the heck out of me because I'm not into this. It's not my style to ape the past like this with a serious presentation. Like I make intros that have like a retro function to them on purpose in order to play up a joke, but this whole nostalgia bait thing has gotten very old. They are even using like the last scene, some of the last scenes from the cartoon show back in the '90s, and to kind of set up the mood for what they're doing here. Um, our fate is ours now is one of the lines that's said here, and it's with an echo, and then of course they break into the Marvel animation logo as they're trying to show you like you're going inside the television. I'm sorry, it's X-Men 97, just run a straight up trailer. Don't go, remember when. It's awful. Like, how are you gonna never mind, it's just silly. So here we are. I'm sorry, that's not the animation or art style of the 97 series. Whoops. Whoops. And, we're watching here as this flashes by, the camera here. Daily Bugle, Inside Scoop, Mutant Fashion Show. No. I'm pretty sure that J. Jonah Jameson would never, ever, 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 ever have a mutant fashion show. I don't know. It doesn't strike me as good old J. Jonah. And we have to stay vigilant, right? So that the war's not over. See, they're having these mutant fashion shows that J. Jonah Jameson is covering, okay? Front page, by the way, covering them, okay? And we have to stay vigilant. The fight's still on. We can't trust people. What? What's happening? Either the problem's solved, where you can have your mutant fashion shows that are front page of the Daily Bugle, took the place of is Spider-Man a mutant? By the way, you see that over here. It took the place that's not front page like center. The mutant fashion show is, but the X-Men still have to remain vigilant for some reason. But I can't show you the whole trailer as that'll get Disney very angry. But as you can see, this kind of the animation style that they're using with this, they've been very careful not to show us the X-Men straight on yet. But as you can see here with this scene right here where the agents are moving in on the X Mansion, this looks closer to how that new Velma show is animated. The art style seems much closer to that, and let me see if I can dig out another one. Like again, these backgrounds they act a lot like. Do you remember when Cartoon Network was doing like Generator Rex and Megas XLR and stuff, and they would have like these pre-rendered backgrounds, I guess you'd say, pre-drawn, painted backgrounds, and everything else was animated on top of that. So the lighting didn't change with the background at all. It didn't reflect anything that was happening. Even when you zoomed in to a character's conversation in front of that wall or building or whatever, the light didn't change. The angles were always kind of wonky. Again, it's nothing against those, but this is clearly not what the original animation was. So this is again another lie provided to us by Disney. And again, I can't show you the whole thing here, but hit the wrong button. We finally get introduced to the X-Men as they start like assembling their stuff. So there's Cyclops putting on his visor and it's lighting up. And then you see Gambit charging up a card. And I just want to point out to you, like, just with, look at how this is drawn. I don't know about you, but I grew up with Newgrounds. Do you remember Newgrounds.com? It's like a Flash, JavaScript Flash website where you could play games and watch animated things like Ego Raptor. Aaron Hansen of the Game Grumps came from there. A lot of other like animators, Jaden Animates, a lot of big animators here on YouTube got their start on Newgrounds. And this just looks like somebody's final that they put their college animation final from 2008 that they put up on YouTube. Like here you got Storm's boots, but I just want to draw your attention to the fact this looks nothing like the 1997 animation style and art style. It's meant to imitate it. See here, look at this. It's meant to imitate what that looks like. But let's get up on Wolverine's face here. Let's see if we can get a close-up of him. See if we can get a little bit of action with Wolverine here. I think they show us. Yeah. See, look at him in the background. this is the character design of the 97 Wolverine and 97 Cyclops, but this is not that art style. It's meant to imitate it, certainly, but it is not that art style. And I can't play the audio for you because Disney will have an egg over it. But feel free to check it out for yourself. The voices don't line up. Whoever they've got playing Wolverine is somebody that's trying really hard to sound extra aggressively Canadian, eh? Very silly. Again, it feels like somebody's final that they submitted to their college professor. It's not anything that seems like a multi-billion dollar studio put together, you know. And of course, obligatory dance club scene that we have to deal with, because why not? Who doesn't want to see X-Men moving at 2.5 frames per second? You know, this is great. I mean, again, like the older animation style was done on a budget in order to accomplish the kind of things that they were trying to do with that series. Absolutely. We understand that they were missing frames and sometimes the animation was wonky. But this is honestly looks like a Flash, like somebody put this together in Adobe Flash. That they just threw this together in an afternoon, found a couple of guys in their dorm room to do the voices, and they submitted this as their final at their animation class in college. But the good news, the Sentinels are back, and so we get to see those guys getting owned, and then Gambit and rides Wolverine into battle like a chocobo, and get this, look at that, look. Oh, he charges the claws, watch. Oh, it's so cool. This has got charged claws now, and apparently Gambit rides Wolverine into battle. he's Remy's mount. But yeah, it's this is where we're headed with this. And of course the final line is Scott saying, "To me, my X-Men." And they all form up on him. I'm trying to make this move so you guys can see how this goes. Again, like, it's meant to imitate the 90s, but it is just not getting there. There's a little too much, in my opinion, there's a little too much what, like, it looks like Invincible is leaking through here a little bit. The Invincible animation style, how they conduct body types and whatnot, because again, Storm doesn't look like Storm from the 90s. Again, character style, character design style, sure. The art style is trying to imitate that 90s thing, but it doesn't come anywhere near it, and it's quite, like, jarring when you see these things beside each other. But there you go. This is it. However, there is an after-credit scene in true Marvel, after-trailer scene in true Marvel fashion, where it's revealed that Charles Xavier left all of his X-Men stuff and mansion, purpose, and wealth to Magneto. So they'll be following that storyline from the comics where Magneto is leader of the X-Men and it's making everybody all grumbly, but he turns out to be a good guy in the end because Charles taught him something or whatever. So there you go. This is X-Men 97 as we know it so far. Let us know down in the comments what you think about this, and check BIC, Bounding Into Comics, for the write-up about this a little later. I'm sure Spencer will have some colorful words for it. In the meantime, feel free to hit like, subscribe, and slap that bell, because we do go live around here sometimes, like last night on the 01 stream. Maybe we'll talk about this next week on the 01 stream on Wednesday, or we'll have a special stream to talk about the kind of train wreck this has turned into. We'll see you in the next one.